Everything we've explored, the Big Bang, entropy, black holes, consciousness, the laws of physics, assumes one fundamental thing: that what we see is real. But what if it isn't? What if everything we think of as reality is just the surface layer, a thin projection of something deeper, hidden, more complex? This isn't mere speculation. Across physics, cosmology, mathematics, and philosophy, signs are emerging that the universe may not be what it seems. We might be living in a shadow of reality, like light flickering on the cave walls in Plato's allegory. Let's go deeper. The holographic principle. Let's start with one of the most astonishing ideas in theoretical physics, the holographic principle. According to this theory, all the information within a volume of space, say a galaxy, a planet, or even your body, could actually be encoded on a two-dimensional surface surrounding that region. In essence, the 3D universe we experience may be a projection from a lower dimensional boundary. Just like a hologram looks 3D but is made of flat data, reality might be holographic in nature. This idea isn't science fiction. It stems from deep studies of black hole thermodynamics, quantum gravity, and string theory. If true, then our very perception of depth and distance might be an illusion. Quantum weirdness, the collapse of objectivity. Quantum mechanics continues to challenge what we mean by real. Particles can exist in superpositions, multiple states at once, until measured. The famous double-slit experiment shows that particles act like waves when not observed, but become localized only when watched. It's as if observation itself creates reality. Some interpretations go further. The many worlds theory suggests that all possible outcomes do happen, just in separate branches of the multiverse. We only experience Other interpretations, like Cubism, argue that reality is fundamentally personal and only becomes real when an observer interacts with it. In short, quantum physics hints that there may be a no objective universe, only a network of interactions and probabilities. Simulation hypothesis, reality as code. What if everything we see, from galaxies to grass, is not made of matter, but of information? This idea, championed by thinkers like Nick Bostrom and Elon Musk, proposes that we may be living in a simulation, a hyper-realistic program run by an advanced civilization. They point out that computers are getting exponentially more powerful. Simulations of entire worlds are becoming indistinguishable from reality. And eventually, simulated minds may outnumber real ones. If so, then statistically, we're more likely to be simulated than real. In this view, the hidden reality is the hardware, and we're the software. Mathematical reality, the universe as a structure. Mathematician Max Tegmark suggests that the universe doesn't just follow mathematical laws, it more is a mathematical object. Every consistent mathematical structure exists as its own universe. We inhabit one such structure, which happens to support consciousness and complexity. In this framework, reality is nothing more than a logical pattern. And the true nature of existence lies outside our physical senses. If reality is math, then what we see and touch are just representations of the underlying equations, filtered through the limitations of our perception. Consciousness and reality, a feedback loop. What if consciousness isn't just observing reality, but helping to generate it? Some physicists and philosophers suggest that mind may be more fundamental than matter, that consciousness could be the fabric of reality, not a byproduct. This would turn science inside out. Instead of a universe that produces observers, we'd have observers who produce the universe. A participatory cosmos. Could this explain why the universe appears fine-tuned for life? Why physical laws work at all, and why quantum systems behave differently when observed? Are we dreaming reality into being? Ancient echoes, the veil of Maya. These ideas aren't new in Hindu philosophy. Reality is said to be Maya, a veil or illusion, hiding the deeper unity beneath. In Buddhism, all things are impermanent and empty of inherent existence. What we perceive is shaped by our mind. In Plato's philosophy, what we see are shadows, mere reflections of the true forms that exist beyond space and time. And today, physics is beginning to circle back, discovering that ancient intuitions about a hidden layer beneath appearances may have been right all along. So, what is real? Is reality physical, mathematical, informational, mental, simulated? Or is it something else entirely? Something we don't yet have the tools to comprehend? We may be like ants trying to understand a galaxy, sensing only what we need to survive, but missing the grander architecture that sustains us. At Infinity Beyond, we believe that humility is the first step toward wonder. Maybe we'll never know what reality truly is. Maybe it's not for us to see the engine behind the curtain. Or maybe, just maybe, we're on the verge of lifting the veil. One equation, one insight, one question at a time. Thank you for joining us through this journey. From the birth of the cosmos to the question of its meaning, from particles to purpose, from entropy to emergence. The universe is vast, mysterious, and wondrous, and we've only just begun. Subscribe to Infinity Beyond, and keep asking the big questions, because the answers might be waiting just beyond the horizon.